encouraging people to care about their natural environment, to want to be part of it, to want to be part of a community that supports the natural world, that understands how important it is, and that none of us can be here without it.
If we're hoping that children are going to be the caretakers of the environment, of our world as they grow up, then we have to make sure that they have some kind of connection with nature and some connection with it, and we have to help make that happen.
It's really important to look after nature because we need nature to survive. We need it to be happy, we need it to live, we live off nature. Because there's no planet B, and like once this is gone, and then we can't like move to another space like Mars or anything, because this is the only place that we can live and we can thrive.
Working with the Earth Trust, who has been a real advocate, not just for the idea of access to open space and green spaces, but this wider understanding of connectedness to nature. We need to find ways in which humans can interact with nature and understand nature and then own the responsibility of stewardship with nature. And I believe the Earth Trust is absolutely embodiment of that. And I think they are an exemplar of that.
The green spaces around where we live are our own habitat. Why wouldn't we want to look after the habitat and improve it for ourselves and for others?
The work that we do in the team wouldn't be possible with our volunteers.
It's a nice group of people, we're all very like-minded, we love nature, we love being outdoors, and we just have a good old natter while we're working. It's very enjoyable.
One of the best things about being a farm set tenant is working in partnership with Earth Trust. So Earth Trust, we had benefited from the land, the tenancy and the farming experience from Earth Trust, but equally goats aren't a very commonly kept farm animal in the UK, so having the goats here has been a chance to bring a sort of new aspect of farming and sustainable farming to the Earth Trust farm as well.
The Earth Trust is in a unique position in terms of land management, which is very much what my day job is all about, because within the land owned by the Trust, we have the ability to look at food and farming, forestry, and also water and wetland management as well. So we can bring together all these different land uses and see how they interact and really help people in planning for the future.
So we're excited as a business with the legacy that we're leaving behind here. It's an amazing bit of landscape that we can all walk past on the Thames Path and all see, bring our children to over the years and say, we did this, we built this, Mum did it, is what I'll say.
The work they do at scale, not just simply in being an attraction for education or access to nature like they are at the clumps or at the Earth Lab or in any of the properties around there, to not just benefit Oxfordshire and residents of Oxfordshire and neighbouring places, which it does and clearly does. And as I say, that was my introduction to them. But why isn't this a model that we can be taking further and beyond Oxfordshire and learning from, and having other partners come on and other sites come on to be able to learn and benefit from the way that the Earth Trust has worked?
So we talk about local to global. Well, this is local. And if we multiply this by several 100,000 times around the world, or many millions of times around the world, we have global. So a lot of people are very concerned about what's the relationship between local and global. Well, that's it. Local is this, we've done it over here. Do it in other places, not in exactly the same way, but adapt to it. Repeat it over and over and over again.
It's critically important that Earth Trust is visible, that it's noisy, that it makes a point about the importance of nature. Investments that create opportunities for our young people to learn, to thrive, to develop and to appreciate the environment around them can only happen if you create the circumstances, the conditions within which you enable that to happen.
What we're trying to do as a trust is to foster a culture where we can support and encourage and nurture innovation and trying new things and piloting things. And that's a particular aspect of our culture as an organisation that is really evolving and that I'm really keen to support.
I think listening, discussing, conversation and partnership are essential as we go forward. And the Earth Trust has done a fantastic job of bringing everyone together. So I hope that we can continue this conversation because finding solutions, I think, is going to be so important.
The Trust is about the landscape and the natural environment, and that's what we're here to do. I think what has changed is how we talk about that has definitely changed. The passion about encouraging people to enjoy the natural environment and care for it has been a constant, and I think that's what makes the Trust really, really special.
We really need, across all our sectors, to be pushing hard to make sure that people and the environment are at the heart of any changes to the planning system. And we need to be involving our policymakers and decision makers and helping them to understand that this is a critical time and they need to act now.
I've had some amazing conversations across spaces where we've talked about authentic partnerships, building bridges between communities and organisations, and how to break up power and privilege so that we are genuinely including all communities in nature spaces.